Hey, what's up, everybody? Grant Wise here, jumping in with one of our rock stars. We got Miss Martha that's agreed to jump by and do a little video chat with us and talk about some of her results and experience with Facebook advertising. So, Martha, thank you so much for stopping by.
It's always my pleasure.
Awesome. So why don't we get started? Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, how long you've been in real estate, why you like real estate, those types of things.
Well, to start off with, I came from the lending industry. I worked first as a loan officer, and then for about 7 years, I was a manager and underwriter in a second mortgage division. And I pretty much got burned out. So I switched jobs and just took a job working as a mortgage processor. I was making the same amount as I was as a manager, which was pretty sad. So it was about a year into that job that the lender I was working for, they based their business mostly on refinances and weren't chasing the purchase business. And when that fell off, then they had to lay a lot of people off. So on top of it, my husband had illness at the time. So we were both without work. And I had to decide where I wanted to go. And I took this little quiz that said, what's the best job for you? And it turned out to say real estate agent, which was something I had thought about doing, but because there's no guaranteed income, I had always not gone that route. So it kind of forced me to go that direction. But old school methods don't really work. And we all have learned that throughout the program, that if you go up and knock on somebody's door and say, when are you moving? They're going to slam it in your face. So I knew there had to be a better way. So I kept looking to try and do Facebook ads. And then there was this guy that kept popping up in my news feed and looked a lot like Grant Wise. So, and I kept saying, man, another somebody with another magic pill that's going to make me a millionaire.
Right.
But after about the 20th time of seeing your face, I finally clicked on your ad and you intrigued me and you came across so genuine that I was ready to make that step. And so we were having trouble. We were struggling. And I'll be honest with you, agents out there, my husband and I were in fear of losing our home. And I threw what money I had into this program. And it was the best decision I ever made. I went from doing barely anything to having leads come in. And I did this with just using 2 of the leads. I did the homes list and the social listing method. Mm-hmm. Having no listings, I used listings of other agents. And that's how I built my business. And in 2017, I just missed the 100K mark in gross commissions by about 15,000. So, and I'm looking to make that 200,000 in 2018. That's my story.
That is absolutely incredible. So you had some big like walls to get over, joining the program. That was probably a pretty scary thing to be at risk of going the wrong direction and could have resulted in a bad situation. You had a lot on the line there.
Well, it was the equivalent of basically jumping off a cliff. I took every dime I had and invested in the program. And I just said, I said a prayer and said, I'm putting everything into this. And I did the work, like you say, do the work. Yes. And it's not something that you're going to sit there, and I'm going to tell you other agents out there, you can't just, put something in place and go, oh, it's all going to come to me. You need to work it. You need to work your database on a daily basis. You need to block time. That's what I did. That's what made it successful for me.
That is unbelievably cool. And how's 2018 going for you?
2018 is off to a little bit of a slow start, but January and February usually are. But I do have clients I'm currently working with, mostly buyers. The sellers are very skittish right now. Yeah. So I have several buyers I'm working with, but the inventory is the issue right now.
Right. And we got some campaigns in there. We got some secret stuff in the MAM course for some of those no inventory type situations. But that is unbelievably cool to go from a situation where you don't know if you're going to be able to make it to land it all on the line. You say you jumped off a cliff. It sounds like God built some wings for you on the way down. And, you know, to add $85,000 to your business in 1 year, you know, from Facebook ads, that's unbelievably cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was I only had 2 transactions in there that did not come from that.
Right.
But other than that, everything else came from Facebook ads.
That's incredibly cool. That's incredibly cool. So say we're sitting here and we've got this, you know, really skeptical person, as most new people are. You know, obviously, like you said, there are so many fly-by-night type people or gurus. You know, I'm not your guru, but there's so many of those type of people out there that are claiming that they have the magic bullet, and they're claiming that they have this and claiming that I do try to tell people that, you know, Modern Agent Mastery isn't a magic bullet at all. You still have to work. We're not giving you a slip to get out of the work type stuff. So what do you think, in your own words, what do you think sets us apart from everybody else out there that's trying to sell somebody on Facebook ads or building a media company or building a database? Like, what do you think it is that sets us apart in your own experience?
In my experience, you actually go over it with us. If you've got to go over it 10 times, you will. You have your training is very specific. What I liked was the videos, because I can pause it and go back, replay it, and I replay your videos a lot, because it allows you to immerse yourself in the training and ingrain it in your brain, so that when you're done, you pretty much can just run through an ad fairly quickly.
Right.
The Whitley program took us a step further that allows us to do it quicker than from the beginning, where we were building them from scratch with the landing pages.
Right.
So
we tried to give you guys a little speed with that little software upgrade.
And it doesn't, the other programs, I've seen other agents in our office that have worked with that. They don't do that. They stand up there and you get the blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And they hand you a book and say, read this and you're going to be wonderful. Well, that's not what you do. You actually teach us. And that's what I think sets you apart from other people. And you want us to learn and grow, and you're there to help us. The support that you offer is immense. Whether it's talking to Emily or Andrew, if I have a problem, you're always there. That's what I like.
That's awesome. All right, last question. If there was a skeptic that was sitting on here watching this and says, I've heard all this. This is an amazing story, but there's just something I'm not sure of. What would you say to them about joining Modern Agent Mastery? Should they do it or not?
I say do it, because I'm the biggest skeptic out there. I have OCD. I'll research something to the nth degree because I want to make sure it's exactly right. And I have not been disappointed. But if you're not going to do the work, I'm going to tell you, you must do the work. This isn't push a button and sit back and everything's, sunshine and roses. You need to do the work. If you're willing to put in the work, you will see results.
100%. And I'll tell you, if you're sitting here watching this, if you're trying to buy a magic bullet, they do not exist. You've got to do the work, just like Martha's talking about. And if you do, you can take yourself from any situation and grab your handful of success and achieve whatever it is that success looks like to you. So if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to put in the time, you want to add $80,000+ of business like Martha has, and she's continuing to grow and continuing to succeed, I invite you to apply to join Modern Agent Mastery. Martha, thank you so much. Like I said, you made comments to me in the past about what the MAM programs have been able to do for you and your family, and I've always held it, really, really, really close to the heart. So thank you again for agreeing to jump on here and chat a little bit about your experience. We appreciate you.
Oh, no trouble at all. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Martha. We'll see y'all later.
All right. Take care.